The current situation, I think that we can divide the activity within several sectors. So I will say that construction, mainly because of the situation with the financing rates, it's not in a good moment at all. It's not a good situation on this sector, and actually I know that there are some companies which had the position to take long position by end of last quarter, where they were long of aluminum billets, for example, with premiums of 4 digits. And at the beginning of this year, they carried this long position having 3 digits in terms of premium. So this, I think, construction truly hurted some counterparties in the market. Then it's automotive. Automotive is not as strong as 3-4 years ago, but it is slightly recovering. It has been stable during the past 7-8 months, but it's slightly recovering. And then we have energy sector. Energy sector, I think that is the division which is helping the demand to remain strong, to remain healthy. The majority, there are some macro projects in the EU that the majority of them, they are being supported by the EU government. And then in terms of macro perspective focused on metal, we are part of the International Copper Study Group, and in there they make very good analysis about how the estimations in terms of copper or availability of copper aluminum is going to be within the next 5-6 years. And it's quite interesting because today, I think that it's been a good moment in terms of liquidity of metal. So consumers, we are not having any issue finding the material. But there are some important actions which they have been carried out in some countries. For example, the US, they have approved already, the government from the US, they have approved their list of critical minerals. And copper is between one of them. They have some plans to incentivize the market to secure that the units are going to be there, which is going to be something challenging. And the EU in Brussels, in the European Commission, a similar project is being currently carried out. So there has been one first draft where they are considering copper as one critical mineral. The first actions that they have established, they need to be reviewed because they will not work out. The EU cannot sustain having a 10% of the total consumption in terms of reserves. There is no any country which financially could sustain that. And second, there is no any source where we could grant at once 10% of the total European consumption. So for the next 4 or 5 years until 2027, in terms of balance between deficit of surplus of metal, we are okay, but a deficit on the copper side is being expected by 2027, 2028, because basically, because the production, the capacity production is going to remain stable. No new investments are going to arrive, and with the current levels of the LME, this does not help. And there are new investments which they have been approved already. So more capacity is going to be added on the equation at the same levels of copper production. This is something, a focus that is there. Something that I found it interesting, if I will share it with you, is that for the very first time in a conference where governments were also involved, they talked about underwater mining. So because some important projects, some mines, they have a life estimation of 30 years, which in the metals is not that long. 30 years in this industry is nothing. They started the first project to investigate, to research about the underwater mining. In one specific region, they found reserves of around 800 million metric tons of different minerals. Probably this is the future in 30, 40 years' time, I don't know. But I think that in overall, we work in a very interesting market. Things are continually changing. As I said, I think that adaptation is the key to success. And this is how I see the current situation.